Do you want to know more about people with disabilities finding love? Well, if so, you're going to love this really short edit of the full interview that I did with a fair income legend, Doug Robbins. He tells us how he met and found the love of his life. Like me, somehow he managed to con a perfectly good woman into getting married. Thank God for women with bad taste in men. Now, while Doug is not a Paralympian, this one goes out to all of our Paralympians and supporters. Before we go in, of course, like, share, comment. I really, really need your help to get this interview out far and wide, especially if you're watching this on Facebook. Please make sure you follow on YouTube, because there is a massive difference between the amount of people that I have following and watching on Facebook and the amount of people I have following and watching on YouTube. And I really need to get the audience across to there. So please do consider following Northern Vibe and subscribing on YouTube as well. But enough from me. Let's get this magnificent, short but sweet edit out.
Tell us how you and Lauren met. Like, you got to run us through that story. Everyone loves a good love story.
Technology. So we're talking about technology. We met on Plenty of Fish.
Oh,
Nice.
right.
Yeah, and to begin with, she didn't think I was real. So we used to have this joke where that I was doing a production at the time. We were doing Taming of the Shrew in 2016, and we just had. I started writing to her, and when we were doing the production, I was still living at home at this time with my parents. But during the production, they went away, so I needed to stay in a respite house, so where lots of disabled people stay, and when their families who used to be their main support workers, would need a break, so we'd go into this house. So she was wanting to meet, but I told her I couldn't because I didn't want to say it, but it's probably not the best place to.
No.
To me, a future love interest,
No.
A house that you don't know, the craziness that are in these places, that that it'd be it would be never a second meeting.
Sure.
So I just said no, I can't for 2 weeks.
Sorry, Doug, got interrupted. So at this point, Lauren, by the way, and she's 40 today, bless her.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Doug, as you've just worked out, Doug's her toy boy. Doug said, Doug, you're the toy boy.
Oh, 3.5 years, but
So was Lauren aware of the disability landscape in any way, shape or form at this point?
yeah, she used to volunteer at Celebrant,
Right.
but they were paraplegics, so she had this idea of that wheelchair, but your arms work fine. So I actually thought I was quite secretive and hid in my photos that I was in a wheelchair. But she said she knew all along, so I thought I was being very sneaky, but
There's no fooling women, mate.
yeah, it turned out I wasn't. But she still didn't comprehend that weakness side. She thought, oh yeah, I know people in wheelchairs, but they've got upper body strength. They're plateaued in their abilities, so
Sure.
they're not going to get weaker for no reason.
Yeah.
So she didn't fully understand. So I guess we would joke about it, and I would say that the reason I couldn't meet her was I was actually Jamaican. And so when I'd ring her, I would say, tell her what the time was in Kingston.
You
and
porcupine.
put on a
Can you patois?
Jamaican sort
Yeah,
of...
bomba clot Ross, man.
Yeah,
Give me some back, brethren. So I went to school in Southeast London with West Indians, So I'm really interested to hear what time it is for you, Dougie. In Kingston,
it's
Mum.
like, it's exactly like that. Rasta like, and I remember, and then all of a sudden it went quite quickly. Like I was saying, we'd met for 2 weeks, and I was saying, she told me her parents were going away for 6 months, travelling around Australia. So I said, okay, well, so they know you're not with a serial killer, I better meet them. And then they thought that was quite a red flag. Who is this stranger wants to meet us? Is he trying to fleece us for money or whatnot? Because I guess they didn't, understand what it was like. But then as soon as they met me, they were like, oh, okay, that's fine. There was no worries, but it was very strange that, it probably would have been strange that someone your daughter's met on the internet wants to meet you within 2 months of knowing them.
Well, seize the day, bro. I mean, we talked about that before, but where'd you go for your first date? Like, how?
Well, it was actually at a play, actually.
Oh.
But yeah, it's probably not first date material play. It was a play about domestic violence.
Oh my God.
It was the play about what?
Domestic violence.
The removalists.
No, it wouldn't have been that
No,
one.
it was Tequila Mockingbird
Oh.
by Shake and Stir.
Yeah, well, it could have been worse. You could have taken her to Taming of the Shrew, like hint.
No, it was just a last minute thing. So she was actually house sitting a boat in the inlet.
Oh, cool.
And I rang her that day, but the only problem was that she wasn't going back to the boat till the night, and the tide was coming in. So there was no chance for her to go back to the boat to get her nicer clothes. So
Nicer
she
clothes.
looked in the back of her car and found an old shirt and a best-looking old shirt and pair of pants, and then we went to the theatre, and I was late, of course, so she was like, bloody hell, I'm late, I need some Dutch curry. So she went down and drank. And then, that was the first time. So we had like 5 minutes to talk before we went into the performance. So
Awesome.
then you got this domestic violence play, and then, you're thinking, oh, what's.
Once we were warriors.
Yeah, I was like,
Warriors,
probably shouldn't have taken her to it, but we just went and had a walk on the Esplanade. But from that night, I think we met every night for 2 weeks. Just kept went and drank along the Esplanade in paper bags, and
Cool.
every night just went out to get to know each other, and then it went from not wanting to meet to meeting every night.
Yeah.
And then, so it was just, quite amazing. And it just things went from there, and we moved in together, and then, got married in 2019. And
When did you know?
well, it was funny thing. I think I said I loved her like 3 weeks in.
You knew. Man, that's quick.
But after that sort of slowed down, and then I, she doesn't like rings or flowers, so it was she's very
It's got a cut cost.
not expensive woman, so it saved me a few dollars. So when I proposed, I gave her a ring pop, a lovely ring pop, and mind you, I went through like 10 to find an orange one. Okay, it's quite romantic that bit, but I didn't know my support worker who went and bought it with me had left a receipt on the kitchen bench.
Oh, man, really? John a man to drink.
But I didn't know this, so yeah. Yeah, it's just like, oh, what's this receipt for? Oh, nothing. But yeah, and then yeah, so we went to a sunflower field and proposed to it that.
Oh man, you romantic. Are you taking notes? Are you writing this down? Yeah, you should be, bro. You should.
I find it heartwarming. Like I said, the amazing thing is like thank God there are women out there who'll go with pretty much anyone, as my wife would tell you. But Doug suffers from muscular dystrophy. He is not a Paralympian, but I really, I recognise the Paralympics are on. Australia is, of course, punching above its weight medal-wise. I've previously interviewed a Paralympian, Grant Scooter Patterson, dead set Cairns legend. He's won a bronze, so good on you, Scoot. As soon as I have time, I'll do a short edit from those previous interviews. I hope to get that out next week. I've also reached out to another Paralympian and a chap who trains with him. So fingers crossed, he'll get on. I might even be able to get that on for next week. But either way, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate your support. I appreciate the likes, the shares, all that kind of stuff. Please make sure, if you're watching this on Facebook, please make sure you go across to YouTube and help build up the algorithm there too. Thank you all so much. I'll see you all next week.